So God told me that He has instructed a lot of you to start businesses this year, and you're stalling. So my question is why? Why are you not doing what God asked you to do? Anyways, I did for you. That's one of the reasons why I'm here today. Aside the fact that I just, my business turned 1 this week, and I just thought to, talk about my journey so far, starting a business and running it, making profits, all of those things. So yeah, let's get started. If you don't know me, my name is Nathan. I am many things to different people in various spaces, but all day, every day, I am a child of God. So I started my business in the first quarter of last year, 2023. So somewhere between January and February, I was gonna be losing my job. Okay, I think I mentioned it in my 2023 recap. Okay. And then during that period, I was looking for what to transition into. Okay, I knew that I had to start looking for like new jobs and all of that. But something happened. I had a friend that had a birthday in January, like towards the ending of January, almost into February. Okay, and I decided to curate this, what I call like the wish books, a birthday wish book for this person that had like cute messages from their friends and pictures and whatnot. When other people saw this book that I had created, they kept asking, oh, who's the vendor? I'm like, there's no vendor, I'm the vendor, because like I went through the stress of creating this book like from the scratch, no template, no nothing, and then looking for like the right sources to get it printed and do it excellently and all of that. So I realized that okay, it's like this thing is a thing. My plan for the wish book afterwards, because I had put a lot of sweat and time into that, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to sell the templates on like Etsy or just as a digital product. I was going to sell the templates and not have anything to do with the production because it was stressful to get done, and I had no idea how to do it for multiple people. As a matter of fact, I only had motivation because of it was my friend. One thing leads to another. I just started feeling the nudge even stronger that okay, and seems like you have to do this thing, you have to take this up, this is an opportunity, and several other people were telling me, oh, you should totally consider doing this. Okay, so before we even get into this, one thing that I used to say like in my past was that, oh, I don't think I can be a business owner, entrepreneurship is not for me. The way they used to feel like, oh, some people are born entrepreneurs, some people become entrepreneurs, all those kind of debates. I just feel like, oh, I was on the side of I'd rather just work for somebody than handle my own thing. Okay, but for some weird reason in December 2022, I think that's the year before I started feeling like I want to do more next year, maybe I should try out a business. But all my like I was just thinking in my head, what business should I do? I should cook food, should I do thrift clothing? Should I, like, I was just thinking of numerous ideas that I could do. I was just really looking to expand my income, to be honest. I am a creative. I already work as a gig worker, meaning that I get gigs like writing gigs, video editing gigs, I get other jobs that I do here and there, but I wanted to own something. I think there was this desire to have my own legacy. I don't even know what to call it, but yeah, that's what it was. Now, like in hindsight, I feel like maybe it's God that puts it there. Most likely it is God that puts in that desire for me to want to start a business, okay? And then after the desire, He now brings the idea. But before I decided to start, I of course was afraid. Like I was so afraid because this just seemed like something big. Oh my God, I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to do this. Like I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even know jack about starting a business. I'm just like, you know what? God, are you really, really sure? And when God gives you an instruction and then he now starts putting this sense of urgency, like pushing it in your heart, like do this, anything you look at, anything you point at is pointing at you following that instruction. Okay, I was so scared. I was terrified. First of all, I was scared of the future. I don't know why I was scared. I was just scared. I was like, maybe I was scared of failing. I was like, okay, now you want to do this thing. first of all, this product, how are you going to sell it? Mind you, I work in marketing, product marketing, content marketing, and the like. So for me to be worrying, okay, how am I going to sell something? That was the thing. I think when you have too much knowledge about something, just like overthinking it. Although I knew like, okay, this product was unique, you know, it was sellable, but I was just afraid, okay, what if nobody buys it? What if nobody listens to me? Okay, all of those fears were present 101%. But regardless, I still started it. Another thing I will say that I was afraid of, yeah, if I'm being honest, is the fear of losing the security of salary, or how will I put it? So for some reason, I felt like, if I started my business, it felt like a setup to me that if I started this business, I was not going to go back to 9 to 5, but I was holding on to my 9 to 5 because of financial security. You know that no matter what happens at the end of, you know, the month, money is coming in. Whether I work a lot this month, whether I don't work a lot, no matter what happens, money is coming in. I've sure had to learn the hard way with this thing, because God has really dealt with me, you know, and has really taken me through certain training. God always hammers, like consistently tells me about how, you know, he is my provider, okay? And you need to know that as well, that God is your source, okay? The job, the gifts, the everything else is a channel. I should do a video on this, remind me. So eventually, I mean, I'm not one to disobey God, especially when it comes to instructions like this. There are some things that I overthink and stretch out to, but I tried and I'm like, okay, you know what, and you're going to walk on water, okay? Walk by faith and not by sight. This is one of the biggest faith steps that you're going to take, okay? The previous year, I had been walking on water all through. I'd walked by faith, you know. I had talked about my story of how I went through a season when things were not going well for me. I was just really walking by faith. Everything that I had at that present time, even the job that I was about to lose, you know, my accommodation, everything was gotten through faith. And God is like, so do you really think I'm not going to see you through? Okay, who do you think I am? So I just mustered up the courage. I prayed about it, got boldness from the place of prayer. I talked to a few friends and, you know, everybody was really supportive and really encouraging. In fact, the only person that did not believe that this business was going to be a good idea was me. Every other person gave me a thumbs up, like, and you should totally do it, and you should do this, and. So I eventually started. I remember when I decided to do it, I sat down, said, thinking of, like, it didn't take me too long to come up with the name. I designed the logo by myself. I'm a church design, but yeah, like, I knew, like, God brought to my knowledge every single thing, like every single detail. My business is called Scribed It, okay? Like, scribe as in to inscribe, to ascribe, to describe, because that's like the essence of the business, okay? To help people pretty much express themselves and express love, express appreciation, express whatever it is to their friends, their family, their partners, and the likes, in a very thoughtful manner. Just like a rough summary of what the idea was, okay? And then the scripture was Habakkuk 2:2, okay? Write the vision, make it plain, okay? And that's like the slogan, the tagline of the business, make it plain. It just came as a wave when I said yes, when I decided that I was going to obey. I started getting ideas, product ideas, like, you need to see my documents. Like, I was just like downloading every single thing from above. Like, there was so much clarity. I knew what to do. I knew the theme of the business. I didn't struggle. So I think maybe within 2 days or so, in less than a week, I had gotten everything that I needed, you know, to be able to start this business. I remember opening my Instagram page, then like, oh God, for someone that, you know, maybe watched like growing social media and everything, when I created the page and it was 0. Okay, I'm like, gosh, what am I gonna do? Some business experts will tell you, oh, buy followers at the start of your business so that you have credibility. Please, this one is just by the way, as a social media, you know, expert. Yeah, I would tell you, never ever listen to such advice. Do not buy followers at all. You need organic following. It's going to come. Okay, first time I did that from 0, I rather see my follower count grow from 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. I had to like beg the people around me first of all to follow me, and then, you know, start putting content out there. I done 3 wish books, yeah, aside the one that I had done for the friend. I had to do like 2 others so that I will add it to my portfolio, so that I will have 3 different products that I will be posting and, you know, showing people like, okay, this is what it looks like, this is what I'm gonna do. Anyway, this is about marketing, which shouldn't really be much of your concern right now. So I just tried to like explain what my business does. But another thing that bothered me is the uniqueness of my business. Okay, and I think it's an advantage as well, because this was something that I needed 0 capital. Aside the fact that I went out of my way to do 2 extra wish books, which was on my cost. You know, I did for my friend Tolu, I did for my brother as well. Okay, that was I gave it to them for their birthdays, March 4th. Okay, I did that March 4th. I think from the end last week in February, I'd already started, you know, posting, coming soon, new product. And by March 7th, I got my first order, which is what I picked and, you know, fixed as my business anniversary. Another thing was my concern was the whole business thing. I have a BSc in economics and all of those things, but I was still very worried about, actually head knowledge and experiential knowledge is different. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to price this thing? I remember wanting to sell my product for one ridiculous price. I think maybe I was thinking like 10k or something, because like very little profits maybe after, you know, printing and all of that. My friend was like, Anne, sell this thing for 20. I'm like, 20k? I can't. Nobody's gonna buy it. Who wants to buy something for 20k? My friend tries to explain to me that this theme is a lot of brain work, you know. Now I see it. In fact, the prices that I sell my product for now, sometimes I still feel like this thing, because the work that goes into it is literal sweat and blood. Okay, aside the fact that over time, you know, I've done this consistently, and now, you know, there's like a template that we follow to be able to get these things done. Okay, but that time I was like do everything from the scratch, right from gathering the wish. I'll have like a questionnaire. Why am I telling you everything about my business? But pretty much, yeah, I'll like gather information from these people. Aside that, I will write. Okay, for some people I will write, for some people I will proofread, I will improve on what they wrote, do the design. And by the way, I was doing all of this by myself. If I was doing graphic design for like a different gig, I'll probably call it way more. Okay, so I had to put in all of this talent, which by the time I want to start talking plenty, things just make sense in the end. Okay, there is no skill that goes to waste, there is no season that goes to waste. Most of the things that I put in my business, there are things that I learned elsewhere, maybe in other jobs that, you know, that I was at, maybe even places that I don't even enjoy working. You know, maybe there are things that I've learned from skills that I acquire, okay, from social media marketing to, you know, graphic design to spreadsheets, all of those little things. But like there's nothing I couldn't do by myself. And minus do, it's not like I already had the knowledge. Some things that of course I will learn on the spot, but I already knew what to do most of the time. Anyways, that's what made my business sort of unique. Okay, and yeah, I was talking about how I was worried around the pricing. But see, once you are very sure of your stuff, yeah, put a price tag on it, slap a price tag on it, whatever you feel like this thing is worth, and trust me, your audience will come. I'm not saying, you know, put something ridiculous, okay, but don't be afraid. If it's because of price, don't be afraid. There are people that have money. For the first few months that I sold, not a single person complained and told me, and okay, they don't know my name, but they never said, oh, this thing is too much. Of course, there are the people that will ghost, and there's a few people that were like, I'm not. I get a lot of, oh, I can't afford this right now, I'm going to plan for it and come back. And they do come back because they believe that they are getting value for their money. There was a time I was saying that my clientele, they are rich and bougie, because I tell them, oh, this is how much this thing is. For my business right now, I think express fee then was 5,000 naira. Right now, express fee is 8,000 naira added on top, whatever, you know, is the cost of the product. And there are some people that say, oh, they really want to get a gifts before time, and it's not within our processing time, okay, they are willing and able to pay the express processing without flinching. Remember when I started getting international orders, like there are customers that don't want to pay in naira, they will rather pay in dollars. Like, you know what that means? It's more money for me, you know. And I can't believe how much money my business had made, because I was doing my accounts the other day and I just looked at the total turnover. So turnover is like how much money has come into your business, okay, within a certain period of time. Okay, that's not profits. Okay, profit margin is fair, is good, okay, but when I saw it, I'm like, hey, like like if anybody told me that I would be able to pull this amount of money from this business that I just looked at as like, well, let's just do it because God said we should do it, I wouldn't have imagined, okay. But truth is that when I started, I wasn't thinking profit. I was more thinking purpose and thinking, okay, just obey God, okay. But I thank God that, you know, the purpose is profitable, you know. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to God. I mean, my business doesn't pay me salary yet. I haven't collected like earnings from my business. Okay, I think sometime last year I eventually had to start taking out money to pay for my business, to pay for certain things like maybe electricity, data, but I don't earn from the business yet. And I made a promise to myself that the first year I was not going to touch anything. At first I was like, oh, when I hit this, you know, financial milestone, before I started, but even when I hit it, I'm like, just cool down, relax, especially because I had like other sources of income. Okay, so maybe this year, eventually, one day I will start getting paid from Scribed It, but not yet. So don't overthink these things. Start that business. You don't know what it holds, okay. Scripture says that unless a seed falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone, okay. So you don't know what can come out of just that little seed of obedience. So pretty much I obeyed. I started the business, you know. I started getting orders. After that March 7 order, I'll get, I think in March, I don't know if I got up to like 5 orders or so. I got another one for like Mother's Day. See, just give value, okay. Customers are going to come, and most importantly, I am talking from the standpoint of being a child of God and relying on God for your business, okay. Especially when it's something like this, that you know this is an instruction from God to do something, okay. Obedience is better than sacrifice, because everything you're worrying about, God got it covered. Okay, you're worrying about, how will I have the strength? God will give you the strength. You're worrying about, people are not going to come. God will bring people to come. You're worrying about, I don't know how to do this. The Holy Spirit will teach you. Okay, He's going to give you wisdom, knowledge. Like, you have the Spirit of God, you know all things, okay? Sometimes there's a certain level of wisdom I operate in. I know that this thing cannot be me. It definitely cannot be me. So yeah, after, you know, I started getting those orders, I saw that, people were actually paying for this thing. After some while, I had to like increase my prices, especially because of like general inflation and all of that. But I started also getting orders from the abroad. Yeah, I'm like, hey. And the thing about this abroad orders, I think I talked about it once on my Instagram, about how I would always worry. Like, I would worry so much about, oh my God, shipping to London, they're saying 18,000 naira, and what I'm selling is 20,000 naira. People don't want to pay. And I kid you not, it was a waste of time, because there are people that will pay without even thinking about it. Okay, yeah, sometimes I've had someone pay more for delivery than the product, okay. So of course there's like other fear of, okay, how to get this done, how to get that done. But eventually, one thing that is most important, key takeaway from this, you know, that I'm sharing today, is that clarity comes on the road. Like, every single thing you're worrying about. I remember with my first international order, I was like, I'm going to send this out of this country. I'm like, and just accept the order, start processing it. When we get to that bridge, you cross it. I was just worried, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? It's so expensive. That I'm stressing over something that I shouldn't even have been worrying about. So clarity will always come on the road. I told you that I first started doing like the birthday wish book, okay. So the very first order was not even a birthday wish book. So the one I had done, like, they were the ones that like had wishes from like different people to put. Now I call that the celebration wish book, together in a book. And then the very first order, the person just wanted himself alone in the book, so I had to do like a lot of, you know, content writing and the likes for him. That's where I got the idea for the Me to You love books, which is what I call them now. So we have like the solo love books and then the group wish books. I got the idea from my very first customer, and those books have sold out even way more than the, you know, celebration wish books. And it is just seeing God is amazing. Whenever I just sit back and look at the journey, it is so good. God is so faithful. By the way, I think by June, July, I was already back to 9 to 5. Okay, so my fear did not come to pass. I was working, and because I had, you know, gone back to work by July, I had to get like a personal assistant that started helping me. So I put her through, showed her, okay, this is the process, this is how to get things done. And before you knew, she could design books on her own without, you know, my input. So now we had 2 of us working on it as well. And now I'm talking about staff strength, okay? And by December or January this year, I had already gotten an intern who also now knows how to like design books without helping me. I always just, you know, review everybody's book that I made. Okay, and then I spoke about how, like, from the inception of the business, I had like other product ideas where I knew that, okay, I had to like do these wish books, like focus on them, continue turning them out until I, you know, knew that it was time to do something else. And then eventually I started working on the journal, because that's what I had like the impression of my heart to do next. Okay, the journal was for couples, and now for specific personal reasons, I did not want to dabble into anything that had to do with like love. That before people were like, what does this one know that she's coming to be telling us about, you know, couples and love and everything? But this was another instruction from God. The way I did that journal, if you see that journal, you will know that it's not AI. It's well thought out. It was well, you know, prayed about. Every section, was very intentional. And that's the thing about, you know, doing business with God. He's your business partner, okay? You have to involve him every step of the way. So that journal was like, and that journal is another ball game, because what I went through when I told somebody around me, like, you know, the cost of the journal, because first of all, the excellence, like, I will never compromise on excellence. I will never compromise on excellence, especially as a child of God. You shouldn't compromise on excellence. People should look at your work and be like, this is good. Okay, my friend kept on asking me, and did you do this thing in this country? Did you do this in this country? I'm like, yeah, I did. I had to source. Like, you see the first sample that I made? Should I show it? Let me just show it. It's here. This is the first sample of what, you know, it looked like. Can you see how shabby looking this is? The person that did it for me tried, but it was just, it didn't meet, like, it was nothing compared to what I had in my head, like what I had as a vision for the journals. I needed something to be excellent. Now I'm going to have to go and bring the original copy to show you what it looks like. So this is what, you know, the Love Guard, it's called the Love Guard journal. It's like a box that it comes in. When you open it, you see the journal inside here. It says, can 2 walk together except they agree? That's like another scripture that I was given for this journal. I'm showing you details. This is still the box. At the back there's like a QR code that you can scan that takes you to my page, and then here our slogan, make it plain. Okay, and then the journal itself, can you see how, let me put it side to side, can you see as a matter of fact, I didn't even get the color right during production and everything, because I wanted to go for like a lilac kind of vibe, but this is what it ended up coming out as. Okay, yeah, now it's locked in. So this is what it looks like. See this black inner page, like everything was so intentional. I needed to have that touch of excellence, because the price point I knew was going to be high, okay, because this has so much value in it. And then I tried to like inculcate little Christian values without making it look like it's a Christian book, because it's not. It's for everybody, okay? This can still work together, except it's a scripture, but I initially had put the scripture there, but I had to take it out eventually, because I'm just like, okay, just make it subtle. That's how, you know, I perceived it in my spirit. And then when you open up the first page of the book, you will see this. This is from 1 Corinthians 13 about love, you know. And then everything about this journal, like, I can beat my chest and tell you that it is value for money, okay? And that's the thing about being a Christian entrepreneur, let me put it that way. You have to make sure that you're giving value for money. Like, have conscience, okay? If you want to slap a good price on something, make sure that it is good value, all right? Because now I sell those journals for 25,000 naira. And it might look crazy. One of my friends was telling me, answer this thing for 30k. When she saw it, was like, answer it for 30, answer it for 35. I was like, nah, my conscience cannot carry that. But when you say, oh, you're selling a journal for 25,000 naira for a journal, that's about let me just slap it on $25 because in dollars that's how much I sell it. By the way, the journal is for like couples, okay? It's like let me just say like a workbook, okay, for you to like have deeper conversations with your partner, be able to like reevaluate your relationship, and you can have it forever. It's not a limited journal. There's more like confessions, like prayers, you literally put your constitution for your marriage or your relationship, whatever the case may be. It's for all kinds of couples, intending couples, long age married couples, whatever the case may be. But that's just by the way. 25k might look like a lot to somebody else, okay? But the target audience, like, I refuse to like bring down the price to be able to accommodate everybody, because I know how much sweat and blood. If I tell you how much I produce these things, like, and then during production as well, that was another step of faith that I had to take, because it was like I had to do a certain quantity to be able to get a good bargain. Okay, now doing that quantity that I did was a big step of faith, because who's gonna buy it? Who's gonna buy this amount of books that I just produced? I wasn't even sure of the market or anything. I've not sold out. The truth is that I've not even sold up to 20%, if I'm being honest, of the amounts that I printed. They're all in my store, but I know that it's going to sell eventually. I heard, okay, my ear, there was nothing in my ear when I heard God, okay? But aside that, it was that step of faith, that boldness, that courage. If I tell you the amount of money that I spent on this production, you ask me, like, that was when I knew that I had audacity. And that's one of the things that I want to share as a point. I'm dropping pointers here and there. I'm sorry I did not arrange it accordingly, but you need to have boldness. You need to have audacity. And most times that boldness comes from the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God is the Spirit of boldness, okay? So pray. Pray. And then when you pray, like when you enter into the secret place, you pray, you worship, you fellowship, you have more clarity. When you have clarity, more boldness comes. You hear God clearly. When you hear the voice of God, you have that backing from God. Just go ahead and do it. Trust me, okay? Anything you're worrying about is going to be sorted. So I just did this thing, and I also prayed for like favor during like the negotiation and everything, and I got like a good bargain, and I'm like, you know what, and spend it, you make your money back. I've not made my money back. I've not even made the amount that I spent printing back. But I mean, business has been running. I'm making money from like the wage books, but for the journal, I'm yet to make it back. But I don't worry, because I know that I heard God. And beyond, the profit that comes in from that, there is the lives that are going to be changed, the souls that are going to be transformed. And that's one unique thing about my business, because the amount of, like, even there was a time that someone sent me a voice note, like, to pray for me, and this person was a Muslim. Like, she literally was praying for me, saying, oh, your business will not fail. I've gotten voice notes like that. Do you know what it means for someone to send you? In fact, when a client actually takes out their time to send you feedback, just a text or something, that means they really do appreciate your input. Or when they send you voice notes to pray for you, that's another level, okay? And I've gotten like a lot of appreciations. People will tell me, and thank you so much for starting my business, thank you for this, because in a way I am directly impacting relationships. Somebody gives it to their partner, their fiance, they're happy, okay? I've had people use the wish books as gifts for like their wedding morning. Just imagine me being a part of that. Is like a lot of fulfillment. I remember Valentine's Day as well. I was just working, trying to make sure that everybody got their book before Valentine's, because I did not want to disappoint anybody. It's not me that will spoil your Valentine's for you, okay? I don't want to be that vendor. At the end of the day, I just felt so fulfilled. Like, oh my God, thank you for this business. Thank you for the opportunity to bless lives in such, a unique way, in such a unique expression. You need to see your business as a ministry, as a work that you do for God as well, okay? Because God values lives, okay? So whenever you're doing something for people, for God's people, you should do it with utmost reverence, fear, respect, okay, and seriousness and excellence, and all of that. I think I've said a lot. How do I involve God in my business, in my decision making? I do not take any decision without, involving God, having clarity, praying about it fervently. Okay. The second point, I do not give in to fear or timidity. Okay. I pray, like I just spoke about boldness. Boldness comes from the Spirit of God. Okay, so make sure that you have that boldness. Do not allow fear to steal a good opportunity from you. Do not allow fear to stop you from doing something, to stop you from moving forward. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Okay, so be bold and move with that boldness. Another thing is obedience and prompt obedience. When you have an instruction like this, do it. Like move as fast as you can. Do it afraid, do it unsure, do it uncertain, just do it anyway. Okay, obedience is key in running your business with God. When there's an opportunity and you feel led, to do something, obey. Okay, you need to know that your business is your business. Okay, and like I said, God is your business partner, so there are some things you would definitely not dabble in. There are certain things that you have to prioritize. For instance, integrity. Okay, anybody doing business should have integrity, but as a child of God, it should even be much more. There's a time that I received an order. Someone ordered 2 wish books, and she had placed the first one, but while that order was ongoing, she placed the second one. She had paid delivery fee twice. It was going to the UK, so delivery fee was a lot. I would have taken, the second one is profits. Okay, it's one of those things, but I was going to send the 2 books at the same time, so I had to do a refund. I don't even think twice when I have to do like refund for like maybe certain inconveniences or something that doesn't, like, I do not think twice. I just do it for the sake of may I clear my name, and everything. I had reached out to somebody before that maybe paid me way more than she should have. Like little things. Have integrity. Okay, I don't like to take all express orders. If my hand is full, I'll tell you I can't take your order. I had to learn the hard way. I'm not going to, I want money, so I'm going to start taking way more than I can handle at that point in time. No, that's not something that a child of God should do. You know what your capacity is before you now start disappointing customers and all of that. Okay, if I tell you 20th is when you're going to get your order, in my head I mean that I want it to be ready on 15th, so that anything that happens, you get your order in time. There are lots of things I did not talk about on this video, but I'm already seeing as at this time my camera is already showing 37 minutes, and I want to wrap this up. Okay, if you want me to do like a part 2 of this video, and maybe do like, if you have like questions about business, starting a business whatsoever, and you like me to talk about it, please let me know. Okay, I think I've said a lot in this video. This is a lot of, there's no how you tell me you've not learned something from this video, or you've not been blessed one way or the other. But yeah, let's just continue this conversation some other time. Yeah, and congratulations to me. Yeah, I was going to show you guys what the wish books look like. So this is one I have here. I'm sending this out tomorrow. I picked this one because of it does not have like a picture on the front cover. At the back there's like names. Okay, so there's a picture here, so let me cover it. This has like, can you see it? Yes, I'm struggling. Dedication page, and then all through you just have like different chapters about their like, I'm talking too much. Go to my page and you're going to have more information about the wish books. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watched it to the end. Follow me on my socials, Anointed, and my business handle is Scribed It. Okay, thank you and see you next time. Bye.